Well folks, it's back to a CB repair. We've got the ones back to the intermediary for Alan. Picked up 3 more repairs from him to do perhaps in January. There's a great GT858. There's another Porter pack, but the D version, 77805D UK. And there's something else which eludes me at the moment. But we're going to carry on with something for us to do from that batch of ones I picked up from Lancashire and hopefully put out on eBay. So I said before, all those were surplus, we're just doing them for a demonstration and sell them on. So we've got a Consam 1320, which on the face of it looks reasonably, but doesn't have the lid screwed on this side. These use an unusual connector. We've got 2 Powleys left for these, so when we sell this, if we can fix it, then that will be done and go with it. Consam electronics were at Derby. I remember meeting the bloke when I worked at Nottingham Radio. These were made for them by Maxon, April 1982. Let's put that down on our sheet. So it's Consam 1320, April 82, double O 1731. Right. So for now we'll power it up with the crocodile clip leads. It's unknown, so we'll start it off at 9 volts, current limited to 300 milliamps. I'll take this off and take the speaker off. So quick scan, I can't see any dodgy capacitors shooting stuff out or shrinking. See if we can get this on this side. Next up to the test equipment. And our standard test mic for Cybernet. Switch it on and we're greeted with no meter light. We've disconnected the speaker. I'll tell you what, we'll use the PA speaker. Sounds awful. 2779125 in. Somewhere near there, so we actually get something on the receiver. There we go, I'll do. So we've got receive there, and it's got the sensitivity, but it's got incredible sensitivity, but it sounds absolutely awful. I'm hoping it's just a detector out. So let's have a look at transmit. Let's go over to transmit, onto the picture-in-picture. I can see audio and I can see picture-in-picture, but it doesn't mean it's going to come through. It transmits. So, normal or high. Sorry, low or high. Nothing on there. And we get what? 1 watt on that position. So that's going to be low power. Just want to see where we are with this, because yeah, that should be low power, and we've got absolutely nothing coming through. I just want to see whether moving that, yes, that will bring us low power. So that's, as long as I know where we are. So right now we can fill in some of this. I'm going to put 5 milliwatts, sorry, I'm in the wrong box, 5 milliwatts, which is probably about where we are. So it's 1 watt on channel 20, it's 0.95, can't fill the right boxes in today, and on channel 1 it's 1.05. Current consumption, back to channel 20. You know what? I'm still at 9 volts. Have I not woken up today? No wonder the set's doing stupid power. I'm going to start again. So 3 church services tomorrow, so there's no chance of any of this. Think we've got Monday and Tuesday clear of church, and then I don't think I'll be doing any of this till after Christmas. Though I'll probably do a video Christmas Day. I could probably do live stream Christmas carols from the chapel. But you know those live stream things, I don't know how you switch off live chat. Because if I'm playing the organ, there's no way I could see what's on a laptop computer and see any of that, so I don't know how you switch that off. Can't do live if I can't turn off the live chat. Right, start again. 9th December 2023, Consam 1320 001731. Now, what we now know is that 9 volts, limited to 300 milliamps, this blooming set actually gives 1 watt out. How incredible is that? Here we are. Switch on. Right. Transmit. Boing. 3.5 watts. Not a happy bunny. 3.2. And channel, it's telling me there's a lot of interference being kicked out. I'm actually getting a warning up on the Marconi test set. 3.2. Low power. Just readjust that. I'm going to give it 400 milliwatts. Transmit current. Channel 20. And we've got 1.03. 1.03 amps. Deviation for what it's worth on this test set. Wallow. Wallow. It says 1.5, but we don't believe it. You know what? We could get that out of the way. Plug it into the test set behind me and never have to look at that again. Wallow. Yeah, it's low. It's 1.5, just like it said on the Marconi. Wallow. absolute peak is 2.5. Spotted a Betamax video recorder on eBay. You know what I found in my Chippy was looking for something. I found in a cupboard a Sony Beta Movie BMC 100p camcorder. I've never played with that. The only trouble is you don't have any playback, so you need a Betamax video recorder to play it back, or video player. Spotted a Sanyo one for big, you know, the big piano key one. Easy to fix those. I haven't done a video recorder for about 20 years. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? And it's only 27 miles away, so they've agreed to sell it me at a slightly reduced discount, like you know, make offer. So you never know. Hey, we could do a road trip picking up the big. That's a good idea. That's nothing to do with radio. That's fantastic. Let's see what we've got. Wallow. It says it's 2.2 on there. It says it's 2.5 on the other. So we'll say it's exactly what we expect it to be. Is 2.2 to 2.5, and it was 1.5. Frequency. I don't think we've been on half an hour yet, so we'll take this with a pinch of salt. It's not off frequency anyway, so 27,79107. Just pull that up to 27.7. This is a nice quality trimmer. It's better than you usually get. There we go. 27,79125. Now, it sounded absolutely lousy. I'm going to switch the signal generator off. Just listen to how lousy that sounds. Just plug the test instruments in instead of the speaker on the wall. I'm hoping that's the detector only that's at fault and not something scary. Let's go over to the cyanide meter. Oh, it's not that bad. It's 0.9, which is probably about where it should be. 0.9 microvolts. Just sounds absolutely dreadful. 0.86. It's like so strangled. 1.7. I mean, those figures look fine. Let's have a look at the squelch. Squelch to full. Switch the attenuator to the inset picture. No, it never opens. And minimum squelch. Oh my goodness. It's 100 microvolts. So you're looking at an S9 signal to open minimum squelch. Right, looking at the RF meter, 100 microvolts is not far out. Let's just waggle that around a bit. We've got 130. And on transmit, it's saying 5. Meter lamp is out. Everything else is working. Doesn't have that. So there we are. We've got a good start. It's basically working, but it just sounds dreadful. So we've done the frequency. see whether we can go through the transmitter and bring that up. But I'm getting an interference warning. I'm going to stick the spectrum analyzer on standby because I think something's probably out on there big time. It's not often the Marconi test set puts me up an interference warning. It's probably doing a zillion watts on an ordinary meter. Right. Let's go to the 30 watt scale, so we're looking about round there. Oh, I'm not even showing you the right picture. So we're looking about there for 4 watts. So that is now in the centre. That is now in the centre. That was already in the centre. Use the other tool for that. Probably melt a bit of the stuff. So we're now at about 3.6. Then the final one, my interference light's gone out. Take it there's a final one. And there we have 4 watts. And I need to bother putting the spectrum analyzer on because the interference light's gone out on the test set. Good. So we can now write 4 watts down there. I'll just turn the spectrum analyzer off. There's absolutely no point doing it. Channel 40, 3.5, channel 1, 4.1. Let's just see if we can get that a bit more fair and square. That's much better. So, still got 4 watts on channel 20. We've now got 3.95 on channel 40. And 4 watts on channel 1. And no interference warning light coming on. So we'll go down to the low power, which I roughly set a moment ago. Set it properly with the right tool. There we have 400 milliwatts. And the current consumption now 1.11. So we've gained half a watt and we're taking another 70 milliamps. See what the meter's got to say for itself now. It's banging across. It's supposed to be on the 4. And remember, it's only relevant into a dummy load. We can put it on an aerial, it might read 2. We can put it on an area that might bang across, but the radio's still doing 4 watts. And I think this is why that current radios it's pre-programmed, and it doesn't matter whether the thing's transmitting or not, it still says you're doing 4. I don't like that. That seems the way it's all gone, apart from the Midland 78. Right, let's see if we can do something about this receiver. Let's go to the oscilloscope. It helps if we switch the oscilloscope on, and just hope that it's the detector that is a mile out. So we're wanting maximum recovered audio. See what the cyanide meter's got to say. There wasn't enough. I wasn't happy about the amount of adjustment there for it to make any difference. I'm just going to do the IF first. In fact, I'm going to do the IF with it showing on the oscilloscope, but I'm looking at the cyanide meter as well. Something's really out of kilter here. It's not that. It's not that. It's that. It's that one. We'll go over to cyanide meter. So we've got that round hovering around about 12. Just see if there's any false point. No. So that's our best position. It was quite a bit proud of the can. Just look at the sensitivity now. See, that wasn't out. So we'll just go back to about 12 dB, and I'll just look at these two again. Because it just may be affected by that. No. Let's go back to the oscilloscope. 100 microvolts. That's still there. So does it sound less lousy now? Oops, I'm unplugging the aerial instead of taking out the test instrument. So going to the speaker on the wall instead of the test instruments. Yeah, it's normal. The problem is with this squelch, isn't it? So we've now got squelch at 0.8 microvolts. The maximum now at still silly o'clock. best I can get is 240 microvolts. Let's see how that's affected the other end. Yeah, it's still exactly the same. Wait, I could say it's now 0.75, so that's fine. But it does sound unusual on no signal. Let's take that down. Slightest signal and it's in. But I've got to say, I'm not actually familiar with... I don't see that many of these, so I don't know what's normal and what isn't. Just put it on the aerial, see what happens. Go on, Anna, Roger. To be honest, it sounds absolutely normal on an aerial, so I think I'm chasing things that aren't there. Before I carry on with this, I'm going to leave it on 19 and monitor it. Some voice is bound to come through at some point. Well, it sounds absolutely excellent, so we'll get on with the next thing. I just wanted to hear some voices on it. That's fine. So it's just when there's no aerial plugged in, it just sounds unusual. Right, back on with the set. I've found a mic. I think it's a Palmer one at one time in its life, when it said Palmer on it, which was one of their more expensive ones. This isn't what we call a standard replacement mic, so this may as well go with this set because it's surplus to my requirements. We obviously, when we buy things in batches and that, you end up with wrong, in inverted commas, mics. Sometimes we even get those dreadful power mics, which we usually cut the leads off and throw in the bin. But this one, I'm going to look inside because I've never seen inside one of these. I think this is more aimed at the business radio market, but it's wired. Yeah, it's quite substantial, that. So I've just changed the plug on it for the right wiring, and put a bit of sleeving so it's got a cord relief, strain relief grip thing. So put that back together, that's working. I'll tell you what, we'll listen to it on a walkie-talkie and compare it immediately with our standard replacement mic. And when we do the on-the-air test, I'll do the test on the standard replacement mic and then we'll go across to this. Right, so we're done. We've got a power lead. We've only got two of these left, the Workman's CB2R. So that should fit in there. Do I recall we have to shave something off something? I can't remember. I think we do. Because the pins are very, very slightly offset on this Workman one. Yeah. So we'll deal with that behind the scenes. But we'll show that on the air test. So it just wants the lid putting on. Oh, I've never done the, never written down what we've now got on receive, have I? I've done it all, but I've not written it down. So this one will go on eBay as well, which is what's going to happen to all these from that batch. All the ones we can fix. Right, so here we go. Let's go over to the cyanide meter. So 27,79125. I'll just see where its transmit frequency is. Yeah, it's spot on. We've now got 0.53. Naught 0.49 and 1 exactly. Right, time to put the lid on. Just put some fresh solder on that. I think if when we move on to those Uniden sets, we're going to end up with new mics on those. But while I've got some used ones, it keeps the prices down. Right, we'll get some screws in here. I've got some new ones on the bench waiting. Things were missing. So really, all that was up with it, I take it these are machine screws because that didn't want to go in very easily. No, they're not the self-tappers. No wonder it hasn't got any screws in it. I think we've got some self-tappers, which I've bought in case of this eventuality. I'm just looking through my pot of miscellaneous screws. Here we are. What's these? It's a bit darker today in here. It is a bit darker in here because one of the fluorescents has failed. That's the first time I've used these since I ordered them. I've never known what to order for self-tappers, so I've kind of avoided them. Good. Right, I'll put it back on the aerial. Just go and shave something off the top of this lead. Okay, so there we are on the power lead. So it's a matter of taking about, just a little, the phone's ringing now, I'm trying to show you things, and that now fits. So I don't know what happened when I answered that phone. It was one of these stupid cold, I think it was an Indian gentleman who told me his name was Mike, which sounded a load of BS, and that he was offering some service to stop scam calls. I said, well, how about stopping your own call because you're a scam? Oh, no, in an Indian accent. There's a video camera, digital stills camera there, which I'm just working on at the moment. This is now a week later, need to get this on eBay. So we'll run through the channels, which is all we'd really got to do. We've put this mic to it, we've already done the on-the-air test. That had dirty contacts, sorted that. There's the new power lead, and we'll just run through the channels on Sunday morning before church services. One Nana Roger. I remember the gentleman from Consam coming to see us when I worked at Nottingham Radio, and he was selling up some lovely off-frequency foreign stuff which shouldn't be there. Oh, it spoke. Who's Paddy? Well, they won't hear me because they're all on burners, aren't they? Yes, really nice chap. He was a Maxon dealer, so I'm presuming that's how he plumped upon having Maxon make these for him. I think he bought 10,000 of them. So not as rare as these eBay adverts which say rare and look, as if people are putting the word rare and look in their eBay search. I'm sure they're not. So I hope that goes to good home. It's a nice radio, and thanks for watching.